Hello, my name is Matthew Irby, and I'm a software engineer at 7Factor. So this is my little personal project that I came up with. Here's a little bit of a demonstration on how it works. So you'll have a message come in, and then I use a symmetric encryption algorithm called AES to encrypt the message. And that produces a symmetric key and an IV, puts that into a database. And then once we have the AES symmetric encryption, we use asymmetric encryption to encrypt the symmetric key here. And then I put the encrypted message into the database, and then I use a hashing algorithm to sign it with the private key that comes from the RSA, put that into the database, and that gives a response back. And then using decryption, so when we get a request in, I take in the ID of the secret here, and then the private key that was given by the RSA. This is not stored in the database. This is just returned back in the request. And what I do is I take the secret from the database, decrypt it using the private key, and then verifying that the hash is good, and then returns the message back. So it's doing a couple things there. It's doing confidentiality and integrity to do some kind of checks on making sure that this is secure, but also it is also what was originally passed in. So make sure that it is what the user originally had passed in. So it's just a couple of different things there. The API was written in C#, and I'm doing things such as mediator to handle the CQRS, which is command query responsibility sharing or separation. And so what I do is I take in a command here, send it through mediator. Mediator is a little package that knows based off the naming conventions here where to send the message to. And then same thing for retrieving an API. I use mediator to send a query over to get it from a database. So I will do a little bit of a demonstration on the API calls. So I have a call here, which is going to encrypt the message hello world, and it's going to give it a seconds to live of 60 seconds. And then I can show you my database here that I have. So currently nothing's in my database. What I'll do is I will send a request over, and then this generates a brand new ID, and then here's the private key to decrypt the message. So when I ran this request here, it created a message, and when I go over to my database here, you can see that I have a brand new record in here that has everything encrypted. So nothing is stored in plain text as far as the message goes. So it's all secure in the database. And then I have a separate method here to retrieve the secret. And I think it has been 60 seconds since this thing was created, but I'll just give it a shot. Okay, so I get a 422 on possible entity. This means that it had expired since I had created the message. Let me go back and create a new one. So 201 created, and then I can go and get the message. So I got my hello world there. Now, the thing is, I want this to be a one-time thing. So once it has been retrieved once, it should not be recoverable. So if I send a request again, I can no longer pull that message back. So it's just a one-time dealio. That makes sure that you just can't, take that person's private key from a previous request and use it to get that message back. So it's secure in that manner. And then I created a front-end website just using AngularJS. Just a little bit of practice on using Angular. I have a little drop-down box here to configure how long these secrets should last for: 30 minutes, 1 hour, 8 hours, 24 hours, 7 days. So I can put in, a little secret here. So I got my password that I don't want to share with anybody. And I'll just say blah for the password. And then I go and submit it. All right, so I have a successful submission. And if I go to my database, I should see a brand new record. All right, so I have this one here. I think this one is the one that was just created. Let's see, this one, yep. This one was the one I couldn't recover before. So let's go into here, copy the URL here. So just copy the URL. And if I go and put it into the URL here, oops, just copy that. So recovered the secret, it's hidden away, kind of covered with a little mask here. And then if I can go show the secret, there's my blah password there. And then if I were to try to go in into the URL again, it says I can't retrieve it because it's already been recovered. And so you're probably asking for this scenario, the one that had passed, the secret had expired before I could recover it. You see that there's a message here that has it still encrypted in there. So I built in a mechanism to clear out passwords that had expired. And it's a service that runs every 15 minutes. I have it as a background thread. I think it's in here, secret invalidation service. So every 15 minutes, it will automatically wake up and clear out these old secrets. So I can demonstrate that here. Let's go into secret invalidation background service, raise secret message service. I think this is what it's called. So if I were to quit my API here and reopen it, it will force the thread to reopen back up. And then I can go and I should just have one invalid secret in here. This is the one that had expired. So it will go through all those and it will clear them out from my database. And if I go back to my database now, yep, now that message has been cleared out. So that's the whole entire thing. It's just a little bit of an experiment for me, just doing a couple things, and that's it.